Press release. The Finnish Truth Party leader Jaana Kavonius has applied for asylum. I am Jaana Kavonius, a 57-year-old party leader of the Truth Party I founded in Finland, a lawyer and a mother of 7 children. I had to flee Finland and I have officially applied for asylum in Slovakia and Hungary on the 9th of March 2024 with the asylum applications attached to this information. I and my children have been targeted at several attempted murders, torture, and persecution based on my political opinion, Christianity, and my use of freedom of speech, and there is currently an attempt to frame me as innocent for more than 5 years imprisonment for exposing the truth about Finland's largest organized criminal group, which I call Virkamafia, and a cult led by a man Juha Ruohonen committing rape and torture, and a global network that carries out serious crime connected to corona vaccinations. You can see my injuries from violence and torture in the photos of my video. The Virkamafia criminals also deliberately spread creosote, excrement and concrete dust, destroying my home, property and my health permanently. Here are photos of my home before their crimes and after the destruction. I had to flee Finland because the Finnish police and the state prosecutor Jukka Rappe drew up a decision subjecting me to rape, violence, attempted murders and all possible crimes, and to live without human rights and to be called as a whore because I'm the leader of the Truth Party and unvaccinated. The same network and the cult I exposed are trying to cause me at least 5 years of imprisonment for non-existent crimes precisely because the evidence of my revelation exposes their real crimes with real evidence. As victims of the same network, at least 500 innocent people end up into prison in Finland each year. All the information I have published on virkamafia.fi, totuuspuolue.net pages, on Jaana's Truth programs, on my Jaana Kavonius channel in Rumble, in several interviews, are true and based on evidence. Here are, for example, the links to the videos about the cult and the global frauds concerning corona vaccinations. On my pages there is a lot more. I am making a historical revelation. I have also been on hunger strike for 7 days until I fainted to protest against severe violations of freedom of speech and other human rights violations in Finland. I tried to participate in the latest presidential elections in Finland, but also my candidacy was prevented by the same criminal network. I have collected evidence since year 1992 that the certain same police officers, judges and prosecutors have for more than 30 years agreed on pre-arranged court losses and collected huge fraud benefits for certain lawyers, civil servants, the fraud networks of LähiTapiola Insurance Company and the cult led by a man named Juha Ruohonen. The network gains the victim's property by falsifying evidence and blocking the victim's legal remedies, and also carries out brutal violence, attempted murders and fake prosecutions against persons who reveal the network's and the cult's crimes, and they target the crimes also at the children. Corona vaccines are the worst genocide and global fraud against the civilian population. 2 leading Finnish doctors, Asko Järvinen and Markku Mäkijärvi, admitted in writing that the corona vaccines do not help against any disease, are political fogging, which means a global cross-fraud, and that the doctors lied about the characteristics and safety of the so-called corona vaccines because Minister Krista Kiuru made threatening phone calls to them in the evenings. All the global decisions of these corona vaccines are based on global cross-frauds. The connection of the corona vaccines with the huge excess mortality and the explosive growth of morbidity is clear in all the countries that participated in the injections called corona vaccinations. For decades, Juha Ruohonen has presented himself as Christ, God, and prophet, and violently raped cult victims, with his wife Susanna Ruohonen, financed the victims' fortunes by posing as Christ, forced the victims to draw up wills and life insurance beneficiary orders for the Ruohonen's cult. Ruohonen and his wife violently raped their victim Elisa Palonen for 15 years with the help of the police and prosecutors of the network. When I exposed the cult and the official criminal network, which I call Virka Mafia, the same cult and the same police, prosecutors and judges in the criminal network are trying to bake me into prison as innocent and my 10-year-old child motherless by using a 5-year prison sentence, which is not allowed by any Finnish law or human rights treaty or used against anyone ever, and even though none of my crimes exist. The Human Rights Court has completely banned prison sentences in freedom of speech cases. The network and the cult have staged my accusations by completely blocking my evidence of their own crimes. Their rapes and frauds are serious crimes. My act is exposing their crimes with proper information and evidence, which is not a crime. I face at least 5 years in prison because I exposed their outrageous real crimes and networks, and on the basis that I called Juha Ruohonen as a fake Jesus. He is a fake Jesus and not the real Christ. In my asylum application and on my Totuuspuolue and Virka Mafia websites, there is a list of officials and persons who are involved with these serious crimes and profited from them. As a truth teller, I must not be imprisoned and killed in the Finnish prison in the same way as Navalny in Russia. That is exactly why I had to flee Finland, apply for asylum, and leave my home and my family. This video is called to everyone to get to know my truth, and a request to the Minister of Justice Leena Meri, the Chancellor of Justice of Finland, and the European Parliament Prosecutor Office to launch a criminal investigation into all the crimes that I have revealed with my evidence. My song at the end of this video is my greeting to my dear 10-year-old son Martti, who misses his mother, and to my other loved ones who have been brutally separated by crimes of the cult and Virka Mafia. I love you, my brave little boy Martti. I hope to see you as soon as possible. I continue to reveal the truth and produce more videos even under the threat of illegal imprisonment. Support me, my family, the Truth Party, and the importance of the real truth. This is my message to my loved ones. Close your eyes and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you. Remember, I'll always be true. And then while I'm away, I write home every day, and I send all my loving to you. I'll pretend that I'm kissing the lips that I'm missing, and hope that my dream will come true. And then while I'm away, I write home every day, and I send all my loving to you. All my loving I will send to you. All my loving, darling, I'll be